shoot. I'm messing up. I'm messing up life, man.
Yeah.
But I need this open. I'm already live, dude. I'm just messing up life. This is how we roll. This is how we roll sometimes. I haven't had this intro in a while. I haven't done a WeinerCast in a while. I've been cross-casting with my buddies, Super Talk. So we've been doing Super Weiner.
Nice.
But I did a really crazy WeinerCast just the other day. I had this dude I used to play soccer with. He's back in high school.
Yeah.
Sometime in our 30s, dude, he just started going just batshit crazy, dude. I had him as a guest on the WeinerCast, dude. It was a good time.
Crazy in which way?
Like super.
Oh, wait, was that the one dude who you brought out to Casey's?
No. I don't associate with this guy in real life, just on the internet.
Okay.
No, that I'll tell you some wild shit about that dude. After this, because it's not worth mentioning in a Black Adam review. Spoilers.
Is it go?
Yeah, we're live. We're live now.
Okay.
We're live now. We're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, I'm guessing it involves some criminal activities. But who tell me about him?
It's not. I mean, it should be criminal activity, but it just went down to an HR thing at work.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but I literally just got back from seeing Black Adam in theaters, and I know you saw it in your
Thursday night. Your IMAX.
Oh my god, you saw it opening day. Hell yeah. That's what's up.
Let me ask you this. The audio mixing was really weird on the IMAX one.
I didn't see it in IMAX. I saw it in basic.
How was it? Could you hear the dialogue just fine? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe it's just the IMAX and the message.
Maybe, but like I'm sitting way in the back, like right by the projector or whatever, so I could like smoke and shit during the movie. I like to go on Tuesdays.
Yeah,
because it's $5. AMC Stubbs Club, $5. I'm not getting paid to advertise that, but just do that. It's cool.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever in the movie when you go and see the movie on a Tuesday, so it's basically you have the fucking place to yourself.
Yeah,
it was me and maybe 8 other people. You know, so it was cool. I chose the way back because there was nobody picked any seats back there at the time. But then, as I'm sitting, there's a couple that's walking up, and they sit in my freaking aisle, but they're way in the other corner. Yeah. I'm in the middle, so no one bothered anybody. I was like, why would they choose to sit in the same aisle as someone else when there's so much free space?
Yeah.
Movie. I don't know. Movie theaters. How was it going out there on a crowded opening night?
It wasn't terribly crowded. It was funny because there were a bunch of people who had bought tickets in our row, and I don't think they ever showed up, right, hon?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so they didn't show up. So,
or probably when they did show up, they saw those probably better seats that were still open, and they
well, check that out, honey. There's some seats where we don't have to sit next to minorities.
They're holding hands too. Oh, gross. No, that blocks me out completely. Too funny. I don't really know much about Black Adam. Yeah. The only thing I've ever seen him in is there's a animated movie, Superman.
Yeah.
Superman Black Adam.
I think it was Superman Shazam, and then they fight Black Adam in it.
That's something like that. And I thought it was cool. Yeah. I loved the shit out of this movie.
Yes.
What is it? Basically, just 2 hours of just Black Adam just beating the dog shit out of everybody who tries to fucking dude, like that's how it would go down, dude. Like Um,
Well, I like that they definitely kept the character true to the comic book. And what's interesting was he first appeared in 1945.
he was part of like Fawcett. Yeah.
And then didn't appear again, I think, until like the 60s or 70s, I think. And then what really defined the character for me was when they had on DC did a series of maxi series where one was I think it was called Countdown.
Yeah.
And then we started out with issue 51 and went down to 0. And then there was 52 was the following series.
Right.
So then that was 52 issues. And I think, or was it 52? And then it led to Countdown, and it was Countdown to Final Crisis. And then, but one of those, like within that limited series, there was another mini series called World War III. That was Black Adam fighting a bunch of people. And I think that this movie was probably, I'm guessing, was mostly based on that.
Right.
And yes, I mean, I think it was true to the spirit of the character. I think, considering that you had basically 2 years, not even 2 years. I mean, you got like about 110 issues worth of story.
Yeah.
Or 100, even 104 issues worth of story leading up to that story.
What's really cool? What's really cool about this movie? There's been maybe 3. For however long I've been doing WeinerCast, because it started out as Timon Show, and then when I went to episode 100, I changed it to WeinerCast. So for however long I've been doing WeinerCast, I've been saying that this fucking movie is never going to come out, dude. The Rock has been campaigning for this movie since before he did Scorpion King.
Yeah.
The whole reason he did Scorpion King because he thought that it was a similar premise.
Yeah.
And and it kind of is, So then for years and years and years, dude, like they've been saying that there's gonna be a fucking Black Adam movie. And then when it was finally put into the works and maybe the past 6 years or so, it kept getting pushed back, delayed, canceled, whatever. I was like, so I've been saying for years, this movie's never gonna come out, and then it finally did. So now whatever I said I would do to my fans if this movie ever came out, and I know it was something like I gotta honor it now. So I never thought it would come out. Yeah. So I had to see it as soon as I guess not as soon as possible because I waited till the $5 day. But
I want to see it in IMAX. If I'm going to go to the movie theater, I might as well watch it in IMAX. So
I agree with that too. I usually do and I used to get at least one buddy to come with me, and I'll buy your ticket. We come over to my house afterwards, and we WeinerCast about the movie. Yeah, and that's been that died ever since COVID, But it happens sometimes, or now when I see a movie with a buddy, they don't want to kick it after. We're all getting old now. I don't know what's going on, dude. I still have the same energy that I did when 10 years ago. I was 25.
I'm working more than ever right now. I mean, probably not more than I was during the summer, but still. I love it. I love to see how much you're crushing it, dude. How's your one-man show going? Oh man, it keeps as far as really sitting down and focusing on writing it keeps getting pushed back like Black Adam because of with producing all the shows and with teaching comedy and such. So
where are you teaching comedy?
In Washington Park, where there's a lot of
fun. Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what's up. I used to do freestyle cipher battles and shit with the Hip Hop Congress, Akeem and Justin and shit, dude. We'd all meet up at Washington Park. And that's awesome, dude.
Yes, it's a beautiful facility,
That's awesome. That's cool, man. What days?
It's Monday through Thursday.
Monday through Thursday?
Yeah.
What time?
It's from 2:30. Well, the classes vary from day to day, but it's basically the classes are from 3 to 6, and then so we get there early to set up and see a little later to clean up.
Dude, I might have to drop in on one of the Mondays, dude. I have Mondays off.
I don't know, like, I'm not sure if how picky they are about getting people like fingerprinted and all that and stuff to stop by, but I don't know. I mean, you can probably still.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You know, just come in as a guest speaker or something. Be like, hey, I know I'm not good, but you know, like that's how you get good is by not being good for a long time.
It's about. I mean, it's basically every day they're just kind of doing. Is it almost kind of like an open mic where just every day
you gotta
like,
treat it like a real job if you want it to be a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every day is like, but it's like an open mic where we pick where a different kid hosts each day, and the comic, you know, and the host will like call up the comics and it's funny because like right away you say as soon as they can host, he's that little power. You know, click on. It's like, oh, now I get to pick who comes up next. It's like, look, and when we see when we see kids who are trying to abuse that power, like, nah, we need a different host. Then
no, yeah, do it by the list, dude. Like,
it would take more time to do a list. It's just like, raise your hand if you want to go up next, and as long as like, and pick on someone who's sitting quietly and listening.
Or I would probably just do it by like order of seats or something.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was doing. Yeah. When I was just hosting it. That's what I was doing, but now the kids are hosting it themselves. I'm just like, well, just pick whoever's being quiet. Yeah. And like say, like it's like one girl said, okay, I'm gonna pick them boy, girl, boy, girl. Like, okay.
Oh yeah. See, like have like a pattern or something. Yeah. Like like turn all the bias away. Yeah. Like we want sometimes in comedy, dude, sometimes shit's just like too cliquey, you know, people will only book like, oh, they're like, whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, turn all that away, dude. Book whoever's funny. You know, even if you don't like them. Like, if it's, unless it's something like super fucking whatever, like, yeah, I get it, whatever. But, like, you know, if they're funny and they can bring in some fucking people and shit, dude, like, fucking book them, man. Like, yeah. I'm not saying bringers is where it's at, but I'm just saying, like, if you can. Yeah. If a name that's funny that, like, you just don't personally like for, like, a reason that's outside of comedy that like doesn't really matter, you know, to book them anyway. You know, like
as long as I mean, as long as the person is respectful. Yeah. Well, you know, while she or he is there and isn't gonna reflect badly on the venue. Yeah. I mean, and also, when the person behaves like that, how can you not like that person?
That's you, man. You're a magical person. You remind me of one of my coworkers. It's just like one of those, just like the friendliest people that I've ever met, dude. And he looks like Jesus. Like he looks like white Jesus. But look, and it's like, dude, are you really are you the Messiah, or are you just such a friendly dude because you just grow weed the whole day?
When you do what you love, it's
yeah.
I mean, when you do what you love, what reason do you have to be salty? You know, when you do what you love, life is, you know, and you've got, you know, and you've got your health.
Yeah, I gotta show you some of the pictures I take at work where I'm just like surrounded by just plants. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. I know you don't.
No, I imagine.
I was gonna make you wear that T-shirt, and we were gonna do a fake commercial, and I was gonna be all like, just look at this guy, dude. He gets high every fucking day, and you were gonna be all like, well, actually, I'm straight, and I was gonna cut you off before you say that.
That'd be hilarious. But I imagine you kind of like be like, I feel like that's like if I got you to run a comedy show at a cafe. Or like if there's like a comedy club / cafe, so it's not just like a comedy show, but it's like, you know, like multiple times a week I'm there drinking a lot of coffee and talking my shit.
Drinking a lot of coffee, dude, that counts as doing drugs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a stimulant, no doubt. There. Yeah.
It's about the equivalent of nicotine.
Yeah. And my chest starts going like Black Adam.
Let's get back to Black Adam.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Listen, here, what is hilarious. I don't remember him having those the electric powers in the comic book. I mean, granted, of course, yes, in Shazam and the lightning bolt. And
but he has different gods that equal Shazam than Shazam does, right?
Yeah.
What are his gods?
I can't remember, dude.
All right, cool. I thought you might have been able to whip that shit off the top of your head. I wasn't sure if you could or not. I can't even remember Shazam's really off the top of my head. I know it's Solomon, Hercules, Achilles, Zeus, another A1, and like Mercury.
Yeah.
I don't know the other A1. So
And the fun is like you got like all these Greek gods and then Solomon, you know?
Yeah. Wasn't Solomon the dude in the Bible that cut babies in half to see if they were to see who the real mother was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just imagine Kanye being like, "See, that's what the Jewish guy did to babies." You know?
Oh my god, I can't even get started on the whole Kanye shit right now, dude. There's the internet's going crazy with the whole Kanye stuff, and it's not Black Adam related. We'd have to fucking.
I know, yeah.
No, there's a lot of people that are all. I saw a fucking post. It's probably right up here. I know Kanye just got out of every contract without legal repercussions or fines. Genius.
But those were contracts that were benefiting him.
Those were contracts where he was making his money. I mean, I guess now he has a name or whatever, and he could probably make money just off of his name now. But I don't know, dude.
He got into those contracts because he had a name.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like those contracts gave him a name. He gave those contracts a name, and they gave him money. And now by dropping him, all those businesses, all Def Jam and Adidas, they're all getting free advertisement. And of course, there's no way Adidas could keep him on because you could not be a German company who's associated with anti-Semitism.
They started out as anti-Semitism though, because they gave their very first pair of shoes to Jesse Owens for the Olympics.
Wait, but Jesse Owens was anti-fascist.
The shoemakers of Adidas.
Yeah.
I guess that's not their very first shoe, but when Jesse Owens was coming to Germany for that Olympics or whatever, they were like, dude, if you wear our shoes. And just they made some sort of deal with Jesse Owens, and he wore their shoes when he smoked the shit out of Germany in their own country.
So they've always been anti-fascist, is what you're saying. They've always been.
Adidas, yeah. They were not about the whole fucking German shit. Okay,
So they're definitely not going to start now. I mean, with looking the other way.
Absolutely not. Yeah, dude, like. It was two brothers that started the company. I could send you a link.
And then they broke away, and they broke off. One of the brothers broke off and informed. Was it?
It's funny, dude, because one of the brothers' names is Adolf.
That's right. Yes. But he went by Adi.
Yeah. That's why it's pronounced Adidas and not like Adidas, and it's not an acronym for All Day I Dream About Sports or whatever.
That means my ex-girlfriend's ex-boyfriend was right about the pronunciation.
Why are you whining, baby? Oh, she acknowledged you. I'm sorry. She didn't say anything.
So this movie started out strong because this is a whole spoiler review, so we can go.
Okay.
We can go as hard as we want, as long as we want. Whatever. It's spoiler.
I don't think there's really anything in the movie that's that shocking that hasn't been revealed in headlines already.
It hit me with some twists, dude. I thought that he was the kid until it was revealed that he was the kid.
That tickles.
Sorry.
But
then when I thought about it, I was like, it made it actually make sense to why he tried to actually give a damn about the family, because it reminded him of his wife and son. So like that's why he was actually like, he was trying to be like the hard ass whatever, but he was all like, dude, like, no, this is like, once he got over the fact that he's been over there, like he's been alive or he's been missing for 5,000 years, whatever. He's like, well, this is still my country. Like, and this family needs me. You know, like like these people need me.
What was interesting to me?
It worked.
Was it's hard. I mean, obviously we know with the Arrowverse likes to be very relevant. You know, very relevant, very socially conscious. With the cinematic universe, it's been a little more subtle. I mean, with Suicide Squad, definitely a parody of, or not a parody, but it was a satire of American intervention in Latin American countries.
Wait, which one? The first one or the second one?
Oh, the second one.
The second one,
yeah.
Oh man, good film.
I like the first one too. I mean,
the first one had its moments, dude. It has one of the best movie soundtracks. Like, up there with like Guardians of the Galaxy type shit. You know, like, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, Birds of Prey. I mean, once again, it's a very subtle feminist message with all the main characters being female without it being forced, and also with the cast being very diverse without it feeling forced.
Do you feel like the A-Force scene in Avengers Endgame was forced?
Of course, that's a whole thing. It's like, that's what gets you about. I mean, you know, I've said this so many times. It's like, you know, that Disney and Marvel Studios just so racist.
Yeah.
And then whenever they do whatever little virtue signaling thing, they got to broadcast it and highlight it and pat themselves on the back. And it's like, look, we put women together on the screen. Look at that. You see how we put women together? Meanwhile, with something like Birds of Prey,
no, keep going. I have a really important question.
Yeah, because like with Birds of Prey, you've got these characters who all live in Gotham City, who interact regularly on the comic book, so it makes sense that they're going to be together in this movie. And meanwhile, Batman's all tied up in some kind of contractual limbo, so it makes sense Batman's not going to be there. And also, DC shouldn't stand for
Detective Comics.
I was going to say it shouldn't stand for dick writing. Childish Bruce. I don't know. a very forced acronym, yeah. But it shouldn't stand for everybody shouldn't. DC's pantheon of superheroes and supervillains and anti-heroes shouldn't depend on dick writing Batman.
Right.
And so so it was a great with Birds of Prey, fantastic Gotham City story without Batman. Because guess what? I mean, at some point, Batman sleeps. At some point, Batman gets called away in a JLA mission. So
did it make you mad that he had his slight appearance in the first Birds of Prey movie?
Or you mean his first Suicide Squad movie?
First Suicide Squad.
No, it's cool. Movie. I mean, I like the fact that they tie him all. I mean, the more we can do to tie him in, the better. I appreciate that.
Just
but
like
it makes sense.
Like the 40 seconds he got or whatever.
Yeah. But to me, it makes sense that Birds of Prey was just Gotham City minus Batman. And it was completely, to me, it felt completely organic, and it happened to be a diverse group of women, at least half of which are LGBT.
I gave the movie 3 out of 5 birds when I did my WeinerCast on it. I don't know. It was a weird review. Like when I did Sonic the Hedgehog, I gave it maybe 5 out of 7 rings. Or 5 out of 7 Chaos Emeralds or something like that, because I do my ratings something related to the movie. Yeah. So I don't even know what I would have to do this on. What
Elder Gods?
Elder Gods. So there's Shazam. So SHAZAM. Yeah. So there's 6 gods. I'd have I'll do my rating later, but now I can know what to do it on.
A-Z. Oh, yeah, 6. Never mind. I can't count today. Good thing I'm teaching comedy and not math. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. No, so, and once again, here you have another diverse group of superheroes without them patting themselves on the back. And one way, there's a couple of things that Black Adam reminds me of. And one, I mean, obviously, the character was created in 1945. Didn't really fully get fleshed out until much later.
Yes.
But in one way, and it's what I was trying to get to, is while we've seen that subtle social commentary in the DC cinematic universe, I feel with this, although it takes place, if I'm not mistaken, in Northern Africa, where Kandak is supposed to be somewhat of
I wasn't necessarily sure, but like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a picture of it on a map, and where it's like, I think it's Northern Africa. So while it might be, analogous to Libya or Egypt, probably more so Libya than Egypt, but really, really reminds me of Cuba, and with Black Adam being kind of a Che-like character.
Yeah.
Like if Che hadn't gotten killed, if Che hadn't gotten killed, then he's okay ruling his own country and saying, look, this is how we do things here. If you don't like it, you can stay out.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think with Castro, obviously, much more villain than anti-hero. So I don't really want to make that comparison. But
I loved it when the JSA first appeared in, and they're all like, all right, we're going to stop this threat. Yeah. And everybody's all like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Dude. Yeah. Black Adam's the truth,
Yeah.
or Touch Adam.
It's like, we're here to liberate you.
They're like, no, we're being liberated right now, dude. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, this dude's fighting intergang for us.
Yeah. And that could be, once again, analogous to what happens in the Middle East.
Yeah.
When we think we're going to be greeted as liberators. What happened in Cuba? With the Bay of Pigs.
There was the whole Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Shit,
yeah,
dude,
exactly. Yeah. Well, with Gaddafi, we did take him out. And
he didn't need to be taken out. He was actually like not that terrible.
He was terrible, but he was functioning as an ally to a certain degree. But he was terrible. I mean, let's not forget the Lockerbie bombing.
All right, you win.
Yeah,
you win.
He was, but then again, they were like kill one of his kids like back in the 90s, I think.
See, dude, sometimes he was taking the Black Adam approach and was seeking.
Yeah. So
dude, why kill my kid, dude? Like
yeah.
There's all sorts of shit that goes on behind the scenes of everything that's going on in the world. Like, there's all sorts of stamps being put that we don't know, and we'll never know. It's classified, and like all we get is what the news is allowed to report.
Yep.
There's a lot of shit that's going on. Like Kanye was right, man. Hitler might not have been that bad of a dude. My mic muted for a second.
And I guess that hand gesture on my part didn't help any. Anyways, it goes when you saying that, then it kicks back as I'm doing that hand gesture.
No, Hitler was terrible. I don't know. I just liked everything this movie did, dude. Like, I don't know if Rock necessarily like restored the hierarchy of the DC universe. He actually may have with the whole post-credit scene with bringing Henry Cavill back as Superman.
Yeah,
because Warner Brothers was basically like, we don't know. But I think like Rock is starting to become like executive producer. Of a lot of this shit that's going on now.
I mean, there's definitely his own corner of the DC cinematic universe between Shazam, Super Pets, and now Black Adam. And then there's another Shazam movie, was Fury of the Gods, remember correctly?
Yeah.
It's coming out in a few months. So, yeah.
Man, I forgot that awesome question I was gonna ask you. Fuck. I got another one, and hopefully I can remember the other one I was gonna ask. How do you feel like how like this movie used Justice Society over how like Stargirl used?
I know, that's a good question. And Stargirl's take, I mean,
I'm all caught up with Stargirl, and I don't care if my listeners are getting spoilers. You get spoiler with everything. So
and the fact the most recent episode of Stargirl is called Infinity Inc. And then here you've got one member of Infinity Inc. In this Justice Society has a very Infinity Inc. Vibe to them. Yeah, because you've got like all these legacy heroes.
But it's all their kids or people who've taken up the mantle or whatever. So I know technically, someone pointed out to me, Stargirl technically is an Arrowverse, which it's debatable. But definitely, it seems like what happened in Crisis on Infinite Earths is it made everything canon. So like Batman 67 is canon to fucking Batman 89. So like everything's canon in its own
in the same multiverse.
Yeah.
But it seems like Earth CW is constantly competing with Earth Hollywood.
But Stargirl always started out from season 1. It started out as CW, and it wasn't HBO Max yet. It was the DC streaming universe, wasn't it? Yeah. But then the DC TV whatever streaming universe shut down. HBO Max whatever. So Stargirl was never fully CW. And you can tell in its budget, and it's just in everything about it, or like maybe just Jeff Johns is just like really. And
even there, I heard that Jeff Johns had a falling out with DC. So,
but he's doing this show, I know, because he's representing it to his like daughter and shit that died, and that
was his sister who died.
His sister. I knew it was a family member that died. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for disrespect, Jeff John. I knew somebody.
But has Jeff Johns apologized for disrespecting Ray Fisher?
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think
Probably not. So like. I don't know. I think Stargirl has been fantastic.
Yeah,
so far
it has. So I mean, they've had time. They've had 3 seasons to flesh out the Justice Society, while Black Adam is like, here you go. Just got to throw him at us.
I didn't recognize fucking James Bond as Dr. Fate until I saw his name in the credits, and I was all like, "Oh shit, dude! Damn, okay."
He did such a good job.
He did a great job. Like Dr. Fate was crushing.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I would have assumed that Dr. Fate would have had enough magic power to take down Black Adam.
Black Adam is. Well, Captain
I don't think he wanted to.
I mean, there were a bunch of times in the movie where he was more on Black Adam's side and shit. Yeah, there were several scenes in the movie, and he was the one who resurrected him after they delivered him to Amanda Waller.
Yeah, and I mean, it's never been established in a comic book anywhere that Dr. Fate is anywhere near as powerful as the Marvels are. So, I mean, there's no precedent for that in the comic book.
So, like, Dr. Fate's not equivalent to Doctor Strange or the Sorcerer Supreme of Marvel.
That's a weird one. That's just really interesting. Because even as...
Because when they did Amalgam Comics,
it was Dr. Fate and
it was Doctor Strange Fate, but it was Professor X underneath the helmet, underneath the Dr. Fate helmet.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. And definitely, I feel the way that they portrayed the JSA felt a lot like the X-Men.
I think it wasn't it the JSX?
Oh my gosh, you're right. Yeah, I think that sounds
because they had the Martian Manhunter in the Professor X fucking wheelchair.
So it would have been JLX.
JLX, that's JLX. You're right.
Well, in this case, it very much felt like the Justice Society had a very X-Men, a very
in this movie, when they had the jet come out of the courtyard.
That's my one big complaint. Yeah, my one big complaint about the movie I was telling the wife was that why did they have Hawkman's logo all over an airplane? Hawkman is the guy who least needs an airplane.
Yeah.
It would make sense to have the Justice Society logo.
I didn't even peep it, and now that you mention it, I do remember seeing it. That didn't grab my attention, and
it's the only time we really see the Justice Society logo is when they give that kid the cape.
And that's just like a generic, like that. I don't even know. That's like the real logo. That's just like this something they gave the kid.
I think it's one of the logos that's been used over the years.
Like I think it's like I don't know which the one that the current Justice Society was using. Whatever, they just.
Well, the current Justice Society. I don't think there is a current Justice Society, is there?
I think it was Dr. Fate and Hawkman and whoever they worked with.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying in the comic book, I don't.
In the comic books, oh shit, yeah, I don't.
Because remember the Golden Age got wiped out by Dr. Manhattan, and then just recently got restored.
Golly.
Yeah. So ever since New 52, Justice Society has been somewhere in limbo.
So just like Sandman. And not like the Neil Gaiman Sandman, the original Sandman with the gas mask.
Wesley Dodds,
Sentinel or Green Lantern.
Hawkman,
Alan Scott, Green Lantern. Jay Garrick, they're all just lost somewhere.
They just recently started being brought back.
Okay.
Just very recently after Doomsday Clock. They started bringing them back. Because Doomsday Clock basically restored the Golden Age.
Who do you think the killer is in JSA? Or not in JSA, in Stargirl.
Well, I mean, everything. I cannot remember her name. Was it Cobra King? Wait, what's her name? What's the name of the girl with the blades that come out her?
Courtney?
No, Courtney doesn't.
Or not Courtney. Cindy.
Cindy. Everything implies that it's Cindy, and that it's Cindy being possessed by this Cobra, by her Cobra DNA. What was her dad's name? It wasn't King Cobra. It was
like Serpent King or something.
Or Serpent King. I think that's it. I think it's Serpent King, yeah.
Even though the Serpent Society is Marvel, isn't it?
I don't know. That I absolutely
there's a whole Serpent Society in Marvel.
But everything seems to imply that Cindy's Serpent DNA is somehow, overriding her, and so that it might be Serpent Cindy who's doing it. But maybe the gambler faked his own death. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. I don't know. I'm just having fun figuring it out and seeing what happens.
So do you think it's interesting with like the whole different power dynamic between Shazam and Black Adam? With Black Adam, he was a full-grown adult given the powers by his son of similar gods to Shazam's gods or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's just fully able to embrace them and just beat the shit out of every living person. But in Shazam, we don't see him really doing that. He's figuring things out. He's learning things. Do you think there's a whole different spoke? Because Black Adam was able to see his son use the powers or whatever when he was using them or whatever. And then Shazam was maybe just learning them.
Yeah.
And also he's just a kid and he doesn't want to just go full batshit fucking nuts. How do you feel about the whole different power dynamic between the two that have basically the same powers?
I think it'll be. I think you described it right there. I think it's interesting to see how the same power is wielded by different hands. And I'm trying to think. It's like I don't really remember that many confrontations that I've read between them in the comic books. I mean, obviously they exist. That's one of his main nemesis, but it's just he's always been such a complex character for the past 20 years or so, or since whenever they brought him back in the post-crisis, I guess. So he was brought back in such an amazing way. And I don't know if they were preparing for the Rock movie, like 15 years ago or whatever. I can't remember when that book came out, but it was like right before Final Crisis. So, I mean, that probably one of the greatest casualties of the New 52 of the Flashpoint reboot was Black Adam, as far as everything him developed with him. And then, of course, with his queen, or I can't remember if they married or not, but basically, yeah, I mean, with his queen, his being Isis, that made it even harder.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Oh, man, I wish I could remember that fucking question I had. I should have cut you off when I was wagging my finger.
Well, another thing I was going to say is another thing. I feel as to a certain degree is Black Adam is kind of answers the question, what if Killmonger had existed in a world with no T'Challa? And without that whole lineage, what if Killmonger had existed in a world without the Panther lineage?
So he wouldn't even be able to become Black Panther.
Not necessarily, but he would still have that same drive and ambition
of just being king. And whatever, like, and his family was shafted and like whatever, like,
and being this autocrat.
I feel like we've had stories similar.
Yeah. But as far as someone being in this African nation that's pretty much cut off from the rest of the world.
It's almost like there'd be almost like a Hamlet tale, but not quite. Killmonger would have been the hero in the story, where he would
could have been.
He would have been, because it would have been a whole different thing, dude. Like, it would have been like his family was outcast, even though they're still part of the royal bloodline or whatever, and then he does go through deceptive means to get himself back into his country, but how else? He had no other way to get there, because
the thing that these two have in common, that Killmonger and Black Adam have in common, is they're both power hungry, they're both vengeful.
But no, like, Black Adam sacrificed his power at the end of the second act.
So he eventually has this he was conscious.
He started to, like, dude, like, you wake up 5,000 years after been asleep and you don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, if everyone's shooting guns at you, like, you don't, like, you're gonna lash out. Gonna lash out.
That's when he wanted anything. So he wasn't.
No, like, even at the end, he destroyed the throne and shit, dude. Like, he was able to, like, humble himself with the power.
He never wanted anything. He was just angry.
Dude, you wake up and people just shooting AKs at you and shit, whatever, dude. You said your magic is weak. Like, it just beat the dog shit out of everybody for 2 hours.
Well, here's the point. I mean, realistically speaking, all those killings weren't self-defense.
One of my funniest lines in the fucking movie, the kid he's all like, dude, you could be a hero, dude. You could get all sorts of branding and blah, blah. Like, he starts naming it, like, you can get a lunchbox. And then The Rock says, I don't need a box for my lunch. And then he just flies.
Yeah. My favorite is like, he's like, I can't remember, what's the Dr. Fast? Did you kill him before interrogating him or something? And he's just like throwing him.
And then he falls.
Yeah.
He's all like, he didn't make it.
He didn't make it. What's interesting, also, and we got to talk about Dwayne Johnson's acting. It's like, here he proves he's I think this shows that he's a good actor. That he doesn't have to, and a lot of people are saying, oh, well, here's a movie where The Rock's not being The Rock and portraying that as a weakness. Yeah, it's kind of nice to see Dwayne Johnson show some range.
I thought he did great as motherfucking Crypto. Because I thought it should have been, like, when the casting was announced, I thought it should have been Kevin Hart as Crypto and Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Ace.
Yeah.
But when I saw Super Pets, I was like, damn, The Rock's a good Crypto, actually.
Yeah.
The Rock's a really good Crypto. And Kevin Hart played a really good Ace.
Yeah.
So
and I feel that The Rock portrayed Black Adam exactly how Black Adam would have behaved if he came out of the comic book.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that, not to say that he's as good an actor as these other actors, but I think that if you would have put, Robert De Niro,
it's this type of
Denzel,
new thing. It's this type of new thing that's happening that started The Rock has been trying to do this for like literally 20 years. It's just, but Ryan Reynolds was able to fucking push it because like he made a fake trailer for a Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
That hit the internet, blew the internet like crazy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden people were all like, yeah, Ryan Reynolds needs to be Deadpool. And he crushed it as Deadpool. Like
well, here's the thing. I mean, Ryan Reynolds kind of already is Deadpool.
Yeah, he is already. That's how
Ryan Reynolds
already how he
Deadpool
is. Like he's been playing Deadpool every movie he's been in. Yeah.
That's like Eminem playing Rabbit.
So that happened, and then that was like, all right, it may be actually possible for The Rock to be Black Adam, dude. Like, I hope this shit keeps happening. Like, where actors who have been comic book nerds their whole lives feel like they need to play a specific role, and they get that shit, and they actually fit it, and it's awesome. And
the point I was trying to make goes, as far as the acting goes, I don't think Dwayne Johnson made any wrong turns in the movie.
Oh no!
While people are, there's a lot of people criticizing his acting in the movie, and to me, it's like, no. What did he do wrong? What was he supposed to do that he didn't do, or what didn't he? Or better yet, what was he not supposed to do that he did?
I'm like, even like after you find out that he was actually the dad or whatever, it all makes more sense that he's trying to relate with the kid. He's all like, all right, catchphrase and then kill him or whatever dumb shit. Like,
The wife made a good point. It was a little Terminator-y in that way.
That's cool. Yeah, I get it. It's just that's how it's like fish out of water movies are, or whatever. Thor had moments like that.
Yeah.
I love that. When he broke the glass at the.
He said another.
And let's talk about Hawkman. Because Hawkman is such a fucking asshole. He's just such a rigid, hard ass.
Dude, he hates everybody, dude. He hates Adam Smasher. He hates Black Adam.
Yeah.
Like,
and you so get lost in being annoyed by this asshole that you realize this is exactly who.
I mean, I hate Adam Smasher too.
Yeah.
But
it's exactly who Carter Hall is, though.
Okay, so
that's exactly who Carter. Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. Yeah. They get Carter. The only thing, once again, just it should have been the Justice Jet or whatever, instead of being the Hawk Jet or whatever. And I wonder if we're ever going to find out
at the X Mansion.
Are we ever going to find out if he's Thanagarian or an Earthling? Is he a Thanagarian or a reincarnated Egyptian?
I think he was a reincarnated Egyptian because
probably
how his whole suit and shit worked. Like,
yeah. And especially with his relationship with Kent Nelson.
Yeah, Hot Girl should always be Thanagarian, but yeah, I think Hawkman, this version of Hawkman is the whole like resurrected Egyptian shit that they did in Arrow.
Are you thinking Legends of Tomorrow?
Well, it was an Arrow first, and then Legends of Tomorrow.
Hawkman was an Arrow first?
Yeah.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah,
I remember Hawkgirl was in Flash first.
Or it might have been Flash, and then there was, I don't know, there was a whole crossover. There was a whole crossover.
I'm pretty sure
thing.
It wasn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hawkman made his debut in
Legends. It was Flash, because that was the whole time when Barry found out he had a kid too. Or no, that was Arrow. It was Arrow, because it was around the same time when Oliver found out he had a kid, and Felicity was all like, "Why didn't you tell me you had a kid?" He's like, "Dude, I just found out yesterday, dude. Like, I'm still processing it. Shut the fuck up. Get out of my face."
So was that the same Hawkman we saw in Legends of Tomorrow?
Yes, it was the same one.
I need to look that up now. Because I don't remember. I did not remember that.
Dude, it was no. I
remember Hawkgirl being in Flash.
Or
she was a barista.
Yeah. It was. I think it was during a crossover, so it was all of them. It was all. I don't because I don't know, man. Shit, it's all a blur to me now. The whole fucking Arrowverse is a blur to me now.
It really is. Yeah.
It's all over now after this last season of Flash.
They're ending the Arrowverse?
Well, they're still gonna have Stargirl. They're still gonna have Superman and Lois, which is an amazing show.
Yeah.
But then after this last season of Flash, it's no longer the Arrowverse anymore, dude. It's just its own self-contained things. Because both of those shows are on different Earths.
Yeah. So for sure this season of Flash is the last.
It's the last one.
What about are they bringing back Naomi? Do you know
who?
Naomi
Watts?
No, the show Naomi from the there was this CW show. This seemed to perhaps take place in the CW because
no, they canceled the Gotham Knights show that was supposed to be coming out, or Gotham whatever. There was supposed to be some Gotham show that was coming out. They canceled that.
Justice U. What about that?
I'm pretty sure that's canceled. It's just Superman, Lois, and Stargirl.
That's messed up.
It's been a ride, but it's over now.
What am I gonna do with my life? Holy cow! I can't believe that. Just the Arrowverse has been. Oh yeah, really, the Arrowverse has been a big part of my life for the past 10 years.
Dude, it's been around almost as long as the MCU.
Yeah, but so you never watched Naomi? I'm guessing.
I have never heard of Naomi.
It's created by Brian Michael Bendis, and the first episode featured Superman and blurs and flashes, and there was a Thanagarian in that show too.
But not Hawkman or Hawkgirl, just some random person doing the same.
Yeah.
Biting your feet, sir.
He won't let me clip his toenails, so I let him chew on them because he will not let me clip them. So
I was just trying to figure out what he's doing. Like, I felt that he was turning hole in the seat. Like, oh, he was nice.
Nah, dude, if he wants to bite his toenails, I let him do it, man, because he won't let. Yeah, like. When he was a puppy, I could do it, dude. I could just give him a piece of cheese in between his toes, and now he's like big and strong, and he's like, he'll go Bruce Banner on me.
I would love to see them bring all the Thanagarians together for something.
So how do you, where do you think DC is gonna go on from here? Like with what they may be trying to do or not trying to do?
Where I think they will, or where I hope they will.
Both.
I would love for them to restore the Snyderverse, and now that Walter Hamada is out of the picture, I hope they really need to bring back Ray Fisher.
Yes.
It'd be great if they bring back Ray Fisher. Which is kind of, it's crazy to think he's 35 now.
He looks great.
He does.
I'm 35, dude.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm 35, but Ray Fisher looks like he looks like Victor.
He does, yeah. Yeah. So it'd be great to see, the next chapter in his story told.
I remember my question. Yeah. Oh, so how do you feel about Marvel not recasting Chadwick Boseman, but then recasting General Theodore Ross with Harrison Ford and a character who has been around a lot longer in the MCU, who might have just about equal screen time as Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick
Boseman might have a few maybe 30 minutes more screen time than Theodore Ross if you count all the scenes of shit he's been in.
Sure. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think there was a point.
A lot of people feel it's disrespectful that for the Black Panther that he wasn't recasted.
I think it would have been more disrespectful to recast him.
You think so?
Because then it makes it seem like Chadwick Boseman was replaceable. He was
on board with him being recasted. If he when his cancer started getting
Really, what was he supposed to say? He was supposed to say no.
I don't know. I feel like
Michael Keaton can do that. Chadwick Boseman couldn't. Because Michael Keaton to this day, it's just when asked, what was it he was asked, what they thought about? I think they asked him what they thought about someone else playing Batman, and he said, I am Batman, or something like. I wish I could remember the exact context of the quote, but it was just beautiful. So with Boseman, no, I think it made sense to not recast Boseman because T'Challa was dead for a long time in the comic book.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to have Shuri take over. because she took over in the comic book.
They are talking about possibly bringing back T'Challa too with all the multiverse stuff and whatnot. And so it's going to get recasted. But Shuri was, you're right. Yeah. Shuri was Black Panther for a while in the books.
Yeah. And just really, Black Panther, in my opinion, the pinnacle of comic book superhero movies.
I should have remembered the question just when you're sure. Even though that's not what triggered the question, it was just something I wanted to ask you, just your opinion and stuff.
But just with that being the pinnacle of superhero movies, I think that I think, and I'm sure eventually he will be. I'm sure eventually the whole franchise will be rebooted.
Yeah.
And at that point, maybe, I know. Also, this is going to be a real game changer for superheroes in general. The fact that we are seeing superheroes age in real time.
Yeah.
So when they get replaced in the movies, I think that there's a lot of kids who, when they go get a Captain America comic book, they're going to be like, wait, what's this agent? Who's this, Agent of Liberty guy? Why isn't this Sam Wilson? So I think that, I think people who are who walk into comic book shops after seeing a movie want to be able to buy a continuation of what they just saw in the movie.
But Disney has enough special effects where they could have just digitally imposed the former actor of Theodore Ross because he's basically just going to be doing Red Hulk shit for the rest of his whatever now with the the Thunderbolts whatever project coming out.
Yeah.
So why recast him with Harrison Ford, a really expensive actor?
Yeah. And realistically speaking, I don't know how much longer Harrison Ford's going to be making movies.
Yeah.
So is it just are they doing it? I mean, yeah, I don't think that recasting made no sense to me. I don't think we already have an OG Hulk. We've got a She-Hulk. I don't think we necessarily need.
They introduced Hulk's son too at the end of She-Hulk.
I'm not caught up on that one yet.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think you'll love the finale of She-Hulk.
Would it be Scar?
Scar, yeah, they introduced Scar at the very end of She-Hulk, but it's.
I remember I saw something else that was implying that we were going to see Scar, and I can't think of what it was.
Well, he's here now, so the whole time in She-Hulk, Hulk's doing his whole thing in Scar or whatever. And they don't really tell you what it is. He just pops up at the very last second of the fucking show. Is all well, here's my son. And then it's over.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
He might have been dealing with some sort of interplanetary parental fucking legal shit that might lead into season 2 of She-Hulk or whatever. Of you're a superhero lawyer. Now you got to go to Sakaar and do this legal battle for your cousin for custody rights or whatever dumb shit.
No, I don't. I mean, So I think a lot of times recasting is just not a good idea, and especially since both companies have such a wide pantheon.
Edward Norton Hulk versus Ruffalo Hulk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Ruffalo, in a way, Mark Ruffalo has kind of redefined the Hulk. And I think that, and I think Ed Norton. Here's the weird thing is when I just recently watched the Edward Norton Hulk movie for the first time.
Yeah.
So that's still fresh in my mind. And I don't feel like I'm watching, Bruce Banner. I feel like I'm watching Edward Norton doing a Bruce Banner impersonation.
All right, so Terrence Howard War Machine versus
you've heard my bit on that one.
Yeah, I might have, but
yeah. But
I've heard so many of your bits, dude. I can't remember them all.
True, to Marco's verse, But that was a supporting character, so it's a little different.
Yeah,
I think that. I mean, they probably could have brought in a different character, and if I was a little, they could have brought in Ironheart sooner, and done that. So once again, I mean,
what movie's Ironheart coming in? It's not Ant-Man.
No, it's Wakanda Forever.
It's Wakanda Forever. Yeah.
So we're gonna get to see her in a few weeks. So
November 11th.
Yeah. And I think that's right after my last day of school, so I'll probably just go. That's how I'll celebrate. I'll go watch that in IMAX and then complain about not being able to hear the dialogue.
Just go see.
I don't know if the wife and I will do a cosplay like we did for the first Black Panther movie, where we dressed up as Huey Newton and Asada Shakur.
That's why you said cosplay.
Yeah. I said, whenever I say cosplay, I say it facetiously.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay. So we dressed up as Huey Newton and Asada Shakur.
What are you two doing for Halloween on Monday?
I'm scheduled to be teaching, and I probably won't have any kids that day, so I'll probably just be sitting around the classroom all by my lonesome.
Then don't go. If can't you just punch out? There's no one here.
I'd rather get paid
time with the wife.
Yeah. I mean, it's just go for 4 hours and get paid to just twiddle my thumbs. I mean, that's
I guess you could probably write some shit.
I don't know. I was thinking, I do like going trick or treating on Halloween. And what are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I might go hang out with my friend and go trick or treating with her and her boyfriend and her kids and shit. Their kids, because his kids are living with.
Yeah.
I might go do that. I don't know. I don't have any plans. It's a Monday. I have Mondays off. So I'll come invade your comedy class. You'll have one student.
There you go. Yeah. But to answer, but real seriously, I'm really, really glad they didn't recast Chadwick Boseman. I think that movie is unique in its quality. I think that recasting it would have just taken away from that. Recasting the supporting actors or supporting characters is different. I think that, and even then, I'm not a big fan of it. I think that, once again, having Shuri in the first movie set it up perfectly for her to take on the mantle.
Especially when she was the one building all the tech and she was the mastermind.
So it makes sense for her to take on the mantle. I think it's a lot like, to me, it's a lot like Sam Wilson taking over for Steve Rogers.
I mean, they made that make sense in the story or whatever. You know, like we don't see T'Challa die in the story. You know, they might do some shit in the trailer or in the movie, but in the trailers it goes like straight to his funeral, and then other shit going on with Atlantis and
Is it still Atlantis? Because now Namor's not Atlantean anymore.
I don't know, dude. Whatever it is. I haven't kept up in any
Southside Mexico.
That just connects with fucking Africa.
Yeah. It's the Morgan Street Bridge.
Fuck out of here. That's the fucking oldest fucking white person barbecue joke in all of Rockford.
Yeah. So that's gonna be.
I heard someone doing that shit, like just some random fucking person that was at an open mic that's like do that joke.
There was a comedian I remember who did that joke at the first show where I ever performed, and because we performed together, for years people thought I did that joke. Which I thought,
Sorry. Sorry for that. Oh my god. A lot of Christian dudes tell that joke. It's funny.
Yeah, it is a funny joke. I mean, it addresses the diversity of Rockford.
I know that's not how people tell that joke, see that joke, but I'm glad you're able to look at it that way.
That's how I mean,
I'm glad you're able to look at it.
The person from whom I heard it, I heard told it in a very, it seemed to very much also appreciate the diversity.
I don't know. I give Black Adam 4 out of 6.
Elder gods,
Egyptian gods. 4 out of 6 elder gods. It was awesome. I love to see Black Adam just beat the shit out of everybody. Like literally, everybody he fought, dude. Like, did not say the shit. Even at the end, like you're like, he's got this.
Hawkman got a hell of a power up in that movie because I don't remember Hawkman's strength being right below God's.
I don't know. Every time I saw Hawkman fight in that movie, he was getting slapped around by everybody. So,
yeah, but I mean, if you or I got slapped by God,
you're right. Yeah. But even when Shazam showed up at the very end, or not Shazam, Black Adam showed up at the very end, and he just split the dude in half. He's not like that, nothing. Like he's like. Nothing phased. Like I was like, dude, this is. He
is now the mightiest.
I wish I would have ordered popcorn so I could have been just.
We did, so that was good. I love that popcorn. But so you realize if Black Adam had been around for Zack Snyder's Justice League, that would have been a 4-minute movie instead of 4-hour movie. It's like, hey, Black Adam. Darkseid's threatening the Earth. Fuck the Earth.
Oh,
but he's gonna.
He would have beat the dog shit out of what's his name, Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Beat the dog shit out of him for just like.
Yeah.
He would. I don't know. Like he doesn't even play. Like he did start playing with his prey once he started being friends with the Justice Society or whatever.
Yeah.
But before that, dude, like everybody, like no, dude, you're dead instantly.
Yeah. Oh, and you're asking what I think is going to happen with DC next. I think that they're going to see what happens with this whole, with the Johnson verse, and I think if Black Adam is successful enough, I think that if it, it's already done better than the last Suicide Squad movie did.
Dude, I think this movie, like, worldwide has already been, like...
I think, like, what, 60 million so far? Something like that.
This movie deserves every penny it makes because, like, The Rock's been pushing for it since the fucking prehistoric ages.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean... so, hopefully, I think that if this does well, and then the next Billy Batson Captain Marvel movie does well. You'll always be Captain Marvel to me.
I think the next Captain Marvel movie will do well. The first one was really good.
Yeah.
He's the only person that doesn't have someone in his movies that's going through some sort of controversy.
Yeah.
If I get like Aquaman 2, like what we're not gonna see that. We're not gonna see Flash. And
that's okay. Like with Amber, with Mara, is a great example. We didn't need to recast her. She's not that important part of the story. She really is. She is in the comics, of course, but how in the movies, like not really. There's a lot of it. Green Lantern is much more important than several of the characters we've been seeing getting movies lately.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, and I think the whole John Diggle was going to have a show.
Justice U.
I think that show might be canceled. And then he doesn't want to be, he in the last season of The Flash, he threw away his Green Lantern ring. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
I think, I know David Ramsey wanted to be Green Lantern.
And they made him not be.
That was so stupid.
There's so much conflict between CW and Warner Brothers DC shit that, like.
But those are such a no-brainer to me, right there, where you've got this fanfare, where you've got this grassroots.
Yeah.
You saw you saw all the love that there was for the Snyder Cut. I feel like John Diggle Green Lantern was the Snyder Cut of the Arrowverse, or could have been the Snyder Cut of the Arrowverse. And we need a Green Lantern. At this point, everything is pointing for.
We got one in Stargirl.
We've got Jade.
We got Jade.
But we don't see Alan Scott. And unless Jade, with Jade internalizing the ring, with her internalizing the ring and the star power or the star heart, that tells us that not only is she not going to be Green Lantern, it's almost impossible for her to be Green Lantern at this point, because she's going to be her own entity. So she'll either be Jade or she might be Sentinel, but she's not going to be Green Lantern.
Right.
Yeah, we've already. We know Ryan Reynolds isn't coming back as Green Lantern.
No, he never will. He might do some sort of the cameo in a Green Lantern movie.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah.
But we see that there is, the DC movies still start out with this, with this silhouette of the Justice League that includes the Green Lantern.
And we've never seen a hint of them except for like a power ring being stolen by, or a minion killing a Green Lantern and the power ring flying away.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
there you go. And with that too, see, so we need to know where did that power ring go? So we need a Green Lantern. Okay, might not be Jon Stewart, but if you want one that's got a built-in fan base, there you go.
Kyle's a good one too.
Yeah, but Kyle Rayner doesn't have the built-in fan base that a David Ramsey Green Lantern has.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, millions more people know who John Diggle is than know who Kyle Rayner is.
All right, I gotta use the bathroom. You want to end this?
Yeah. We might as well. We might as well wrap it up.
Right.
Yeah, let me make one more. Where I would like to see the DC universe go. However, I would like to see. I mean, if Ben Affleck wants to come back as Batman,
yes,
that makes sense.
Yes, he did a great job.
I would love to see. Michael Keaton. Well, we know he's coming back in Flashpoint as a Batman.
Yeah.
And it would be great to see this elder statesman Batman, which is kind of what Ben Affleck was supposed to be.
Kevin Conroy did it in Crisis.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean to see Michael Keaton pick it back up, that would make a lot of sense. And really, I wish Michael Keaton would have I wish that either Christian Bale or Michael Keaton would have been Batman from the start.
Or make like a Batman Beyond movie where we have an old man Bruce Wayne. They could Michael Keaton would be great at that.
But then you have another continuity. Then you have a whole nother continuity.
Who fucking cares, dude? They already they're doing it with Joker, Batman, fucking everybody, like whatever. Why
care?
Yeah, nobody cares anymore.
I would like to see that extended, DC universe. Yeah. So I would love to see Michael Keaton be solidified as Batman, especially with Ben Affleck being all wishy-washy about it. Yeah. Here's the thing: Michael Keaton's never been wishy-washy. He knows he knows he's Batman.
Yeah.
So I would. He knows he's with Flash. Okay, bring in Wally West. All right, we know Ezra Miller's not coming back.
Yeah.
Bring in Wally West. Bring back Ray Fisher, Cyborg. Actually, and even if they don't bring in Wally West, what would be great to see would be Bart Allen. Here's what I will see.
Oh,
Flashpoint.
I can't hold it.
All right, no, we'll just wrap it up. We'll save it for the next.
Keep talking.
Okay, here. Okay, so what I would love. You should sit in the chair, honey. All right. So here is my theory on why the government is suppressing speedsters of color. So I feel like this would be a good point for me to hit a tangent that I've been wanting to talk about. But stop making the CW DC shows compete with the cinematic universe. And I would love to, I just want to see Flashpoint absorb the CW, to absorb the Arrowverse, Stargirl, where they need it, use those characters, use those actors. And we know we need a Flash in the Justice League. Yeah. Okay. And here returns our fearless host, I think. Possibly.
What happened?
Okay.
Bart Allen.
Yes, I would like to see Bart Allen. I would love to see Bart or Grant Gustin. I mean, if since we know that we have these two different Barry Allens on the multiverse.
Yeah.
I mean, Grant Gustin is such a fan favorite. It'd be great to see him.
People wanted him to be in the movie before they casted Ezra Miller.
Yeah. So that would definitely make sense to have him in there. And it's like, okay, here we go. Here's the Flash, or I'd have Bart Allen
from the future.
Yeah. Why? I mean, I think that could be very interesting to have Bart Allen. Because at one point, Bart Allen did become the Flash in the comic book, and he was the Flash for a year. So, yeah, I think, heck, for that matter, XS. I think it'd be interesting if they made her the Justice League Speedster.
They have so many toys in the toy box with so many stories to just do whatever they want with. And so it just seems like Batman is always just like, we got this new Batman.
I think they've done
even in the animated movies.
Yeah.
The whole New 52 verse of animated movies that they did from Flashpoint all the way to the Justice League Dark.
Yes, that was great.
Even then, dude, it seems like Batman was in every single one of those movies, and more than half of them were Batman-related movies.
And it worked. I think he held it together. I think a lot like Nick Fury or Tony Stark.
There was a few of them that were like Batman versus Robin, which was like the Damian Wayne or whatever, the son of Batman, and there was like a lot of shit tied onto there. And like even the Teen Titans was introducing Damian Wayne into being a team player.
And I think that makes sense, much like the role that Tony Stark played in the MCU. And I think that's what
for like Spider-Man and shit. A lot of people bitched about. Like I thought it made sense for what the story they were telling, you know. Like,
and I think so I think the cohesion. That he could be, Batman was that cohesive factor, and it worked. And obviously, that's not the case in he was supposed to be in the Snyderverse, but then that changed once Ben Affleck left.
Well, he left because the whole shit between like that was going on behind the fucking whatever. It was all wonky, dude. He's all like, dude, this shit, it's not gonna, like, he probably already knew Zack Snyder was gonna get fired or what. He didn't I guess he didn't really get fired, but he left in the middle of Justice League because
his daughter committed suicide. Yeah.
I wasn't going to say all that. I was going to say because of unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah. I mean, we know what happened.
I mean, it's all public knowledge. Yeah. But, you know, like, sometimes you just got to beat around the bush and everyone already knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But, like, even, I think Ben Affleck even left before that. But, like, I just thought, I feel like he's been in the industry long enough.
Yeah.
Like,
he was also having problems with alcohol abuse.
Again? Damn.
Yeah. I know he checked in rehab. It was like one of those points, unfortunate circumstances, but.
Man, I'm looking out for Ben, dude, because he does such a good job, dude. Like, he made this movie about, like, basically if Ben Affleck was a fucking basketball coach. Like, the whole movie is about him being a fucking drunk, degenerate, fucking piece of shit or whatever. Like, it's such a good movie. It's such a good movie.
Yeah. I mean, if Ben Affleck comes back, I think that, Ben Affleck or Michael Keaton, either one, could do a great job as Batman and bring us a certain gravitas.
The disgruntled one that doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah. What about, I think it would be much more fun to see Michael Keaton do it. I think it'd be a lot more fun.
So we had Henry Cavill show up at the end of
Black Adam. We see Henry Cavill continue on as Superman.
So do you think there's going to be a Black Adam versus Superman movie since we're never going to get Man of Steel 2?
I hope not. I think Black Adam there's so many ways Black Adam versus Superman could go wrong. One is that Black Adam still doesn't have the cultural currency that a Batman or a Superman has.
Yeah.
And I don't think that this movie is going to establish that. I mean, that's why you could have Civil War, Iron Man versus Captain America. Because at that point, Iron Man had established that cultural currency. That's
what these versus movies do. They even did it in fucking King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
They start out as a versus movie, but then they always end up as a team up movie. Fucking fighting the bigger thing. Black Adam was that, and right away it was Black Adam versus the JSA. And then they teamed up and they fought the greater fucking threat.
That's why the movie was called Black Adam as opposed to Black Adam versus JSA.
Yeah.
And because JSA don't have that cultural currency.
But Batman v Superman, like, we both know those. Yeah. And I was like, we can see them fight. Like, we've been waiting 100 years for this.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
so you can have Batman versus Superman. You can have Batman versus Superman follow Batman versus versus Black Adam. You can't have it the other way around. Really, I mean, the only other character with that kind of cultural currency right now is Harley Quinn in the DC cinematic pantheon.
You probably can't even do at one point my bike got unplugged.
Okay, I would say so. Release the Batgirl. What I would like to see is release the Batgirl movie. Which wasn't Michael Keaton supposed to be in that one too?
I think so.
Yeah, release the Batgirl movie. Reestablish Keaton as this elder statesman Batman. Perhaps being almost like a Nick Fury-like character. Look, Michael Keaton and Sam Jackson got to be around the same age, right?
Let's look that up. Hold on. Yeah. Michael Keaton.
And I would look, and Flashpoint is opening the doors for them to do pretty much whatever they want with the existing continuities. So yeah, so he's 71.
71 years. Wait, where do you see that?
Because he was born in was it 51? Is it
51? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's 71.
All right.
He's in amazing shape for 71. Hell, he's in amazing shape for 51.
He is
older.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's 74.
So roughly the same age, though. They're 3 years apart.
Yeah.
3 years
definitely, apart. We can bring back Michael Keaton to be. We can bring back Michael Keaton to be this elder state, especially the type of Batman that Ben Affleck was playing. So the Batman of the Snyderverse. Yeah,
he's been 20 years in the business, and because even Alfred makes a joke in Batman v Superman, like, remember the days we were just fighting wind up fucking penguins or whatever dumb shit. Yeah. Wind up penguin bombs or some shit.
Yeah. So reinstill, release Batgirl, reinstate Michael Keaton as Batman, bring in one of the Arrowverse Flashes. I would say bring either Grant Gustin to be Barry Allen or bring in Bart Allen from Flash.
Not old man Jay.
No. Dude, you know what though? It'd be great to see Jay Garrick in the next whatever they do with Justice Society. Bring in John Wesley Shipp.
That'd be cool. I feel like he's all about it, dude. Like, he seems
Because I had a Facebook argument actually on my page with someone where he said John Wesley Shipp exists in various universes.
Yeah,
because he made the point of that. Yeah, that he played. He's
his
debut
Flash, universe.
Yeah,
he is Barry's dad in Earth Prime. He's the Flash in Earth 2.
Yeah,
Earth 3.
Earth 3, I think.
Earth 3 is the Flash.
Yeah.
and then ever since Crisis, he is reborn as Jay Garrick in Earth Prime and lives in the future with the Flash's kids and shit, dude. Like, he's a mentor for them.
And he's also the Flash of the Flash of the Stargirl continuity.
Is he?
Yeah. You remember when they showed when they were showing the Justice Society flashbacks, and John Wesley Shipp was Flash.
Fuck.
And he's also the Flash of the.
I probably when I did see it, I was probably like, oh fuck, but I don't remember it.
And he was also the first TV Flash.
That's what that's what I'm saying. Original continuity.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, it'd be great to see John Wesley Shipp get brought in. You can, in any way, always in DC, it's been the Flash's who travel across the different universes. So if they brought in John Wesley Shipp and either Bart or Grant Gustin, either of those I think would be a great choice. Either of those would be a great choice. And
what would you
bring back Ray Fisher?
What would you rate Black Adam as a film?
Dude, I think I would give it 5 Elder Gods out of 6.
5 Elder Gods. I gave it a 4.
The storytelling's the storytelling is definitely choppy. But
I liked it because I felt like the beginning story that we were getting was going to be deceived in some way, but I didn't know where exactly we were going to be deceived in the basic beginning story because Black Adam, he's supposed to be a bad guy or whatever dumb shit.
Yeah.
So but then as you learn more parts about the real story or whatever, it's all like, oh, you actually destroyed the fucking city, and then he found out he's all like, I only did it because my son gave me the powers, and like, I don't know. I liked how the pacing of the story went.
I felt like it sped up and slowed down a lot.
Okay.
As opposed to having like a smooth ride of, instead of me going like this, I'm like, but it's the main point is it's a good story. It had an awkward flow. It's a good story with an awkward flow.
Okay. Comics do that though too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is something that cracks me up. So people who watch the movies are not casual comic book people, readers that just want to watch a superhero movie. They're like, now I gotta watch all these fucking movies because they're all connected and all these shows. I was all like, just wait till you start reading comics.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they do it way worse.
Yeah, and with Black Adam, you can watch that without knowing anything else.
Yeah,
and you're gonna, and anything that you need to know is going to be explained.
You don't even know who Amanda Waller is because she doesn't even play that much of an important role. But when you just get that she's just a badass fucking top government official, whatever.
Yeah, and I would say definitely bring her. Viola Davis, give her more screen time.
Dude, she crushes it.
Give her more screen time.
I thought the animated version of Amanda Waller was perfection, but dude, no, Viola Davis.
Dude, they did it really good. In Batman Beyond, that was a really good
Batman Beyond, but the Justice League cartoon, and I think she might have even appeared in Superman and in the Batman cartoons, but she was. She was a very prominent role in the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited show.
Yeah. That's right. That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking.
One of the coolest moments was at the very last episode of Justice League Unlimited, where they were doing the Batman Beyond shit, where you find out Terry.
That's
McGinnis,
what I was thinking of. Yeah,
Terry McGinnis was an actual fucking clone, kind of. Yeah. They manipulated his dad's DNA with Bruce Wayne's genes to make sure
I completely forgot about that.
Batman had a fucking son or whatever, and that was way before the whole Damian Wayne shit was ever introduced in comics and everything. So
technically, Damian Wayne was introduced in was it as Son of the Demon? I think it was called the Mike Baron graphic novel, where Batman first had his little liaison with Talia.
I don't know. I didn't read that.
Yeah, so that was cool about Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne was born back in the 80s.
Oh, damn.
And then Grant Morrison let's explore this. Yeah, so that was great. Yeah.
Very nice.
So let's hope that more Viola Davis, more Ray Fisher. Bring in an Arrowverse Flash, more Michael.
They could even bring in that fucking Earth 17 Flash that we never saw really. Like we just saw him once. He had like the scarf. He was in the same universe as like Cisco's girlfriend, Cicada, or not Cicada, but Gypsy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You see like 5 seconds of him. Like he's wearing a scarf. He looks badass. He looks cool. He looks super cool. Like we could have that Flash, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah. And I think we saw where what Marvel did with WandaVision, where they brought in the Fox version of the Quicksilver.
Yeah.
There we go. If they can do it, and that is like totally a Flash move there, to take a speedster from an alternate universe and bring him into the main continuity.
Well, then they did it with Spider-Man.
Yeah. That too.
I mean, Spider-Man in the comics is known for traveling his multiverse of this stuff too. So like, it's happened multiple times in the comics. It happened in the in the 90s cartoon where he traveled. He did his own Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Okay, but then see that right there shows the fans love it.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to not do it. But
do it, man. Everyone loves Grant Gustin. It's been a pleasure having you. Do you have anything you need to plug that's happening recently?
Well, tomorrow night, which whenever people see this, tomorrow night we're celebrating the wife's birthday. You should at least wave. You should wave. It's like we're celebrating little Anne's birthday. Oh no! It's a U-birthon. Oh come on, that was funny. Yeah. Oh, that does look. Dude, you shake your hand much better than I do. You got a much mightier wrist.
It's in the elbow. You got to do your whole arm. You got to do your whole arm, not just your wrist.
It's even worse now when I try and do. Oh wow! You did holy cow! Look at that.
It almost looks like the fucking effect, dude. That hurts to do for a long period of time, though.
Yeah. Oh wow!
Well, happy birthday, Willie.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah!
If you're not doing anything tomorrow night, you should stop by.
Tomorrow night, what time?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. I'll be there early.
J&K. Every Wednesday.
Oh, every Wednesday.
Yeah, so there you go. We're every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, J&K's. Yeah.
Don't get Thursday. I don't know when you're going to post it. But...
And then Friday night, I'll be back. Well, Thursday night, I'll be at Casey's Lounge. Or Casey's. I can't. Casey's Pub.
Casey's Pub. Right up the street.
Yeah, Casey's Pub right up the street. I see you revealing the location of your secret lair.
That's fine. Dude, I saw a post
Friday night.
I saw a post on Facebook the other day. There's a show you're performing at. Was that the flyer?
Yeah, Stockyard. It's Friday night.
Someone's all like, "Fine." Like she's like, "Oh damn, Rockford or comedy in my town, dude. I'm going to this." I'm like, "Dude, there's comedy, literally like almost every single day." Like in Rockford.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of shows.
I'm actually proud of you, man, for fucking crushing it so hard, man.
Thank
like,
you. I'm trying.
Stuff's building. Yeah. Open mics have died, but now there's just more shows or whatever.
Yeah.
And
so
since you're such a friendly guy, dude. If I was just like to pop up at one of these things, you'd be all like, "Hey, you want to do like 5 minutes just to fuck around?" And we're like, "Oh yeah."
And then Sunday, I'm in Madison performing in an Imposter Syndrome, where we all perform in characters. And I'll be performing as a very special character. And I haven't let on too much about what character I'm going to be portraying. I want to make it a surprise for people to come out. But, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I will not be playing Ezra Miller, though. Just want to make that clear. I will not be portraying Ezra Miller.
All right. Will you be playing Terry Crews?
Oh, wait a minute. And just in case, I just want to make this clear. We talked about Ezra Miller a lot. I'm not sure if we use any pronouns. I know Ezra Miller's they, them. So if I use any wrong pronouns in there,
I might have.
and you stuck around for the whole show.
I might have. I didn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware. I wasn't.
They
them.
Yeah, they them. It's not going to be. They is not going to be in the next Flash movie. They is going to be in the first Flash movie, but not in any more DC EU projects.
I'll respect your pronouns if you're not a fucking maniac.
Alleged maniac.
All right. Well, yeah, it was a pleasure having you both over here. It was cool, man. Like, I know we've only a little bit talk about Black Adam, but I guess there's really not much you got to talk about, and it was just fun to just get into the deeper ends of just the industry.
Yes.
DC versus Marvel. Eventually, I think Disney's gonna buy out fucking everything, and then we'll eventually get a really dope ass Lego Marvel versus DC movie. That's literally what I'm praying for.
But before that, we'll all get barcodes on the back of our necks that'll have like in the shape of mouse ears.
Damn. Right there.